cuts through the heart of the desert, lined with the bones of the stories untold. Whiskey bottles and dust-storm devils, echoes of train whistles haunting and cold. A church on the hillside, it's burning in silence. Ghost town secrets where the cursed lands unfold. Lonely road and smoke, where my demons provoke. The shadows cast long by the sins I revoke. This outlaw's heart beating under the moon's croak, on that lonely road, wrapped in whispers and smoke. Was a lover who lied beneath the dead oak. Her promises as empty as a forgotten grave. In her eyes a tempest, and in her words a choke of a tale so twisted it's told by the brave. Left me for dead in a land that God never spoke. Now her ghost in the mirror of the choices I gave. Where my past comes to poke beneath stars that watch like they know my yoke. This cursed path I tread, where my name is a joke, on that lonely road, lost in ashes and smoke. Silence I realize this vengeance I nurse is a path laid out by the turn of her curse. My heart's branded deep with the black of her hearse, but tonight at the crossroads I'll settle this verse. Each verse and chorus of the song paints a vivid picture of a haunting journey filled with betrayal and loss, setting the stage for a final, dramatic confrontation with fate.
In a ghost town drowned by silence, under moon's watchful eye, whiskey bottles lay like tombstones where my broken secrets lie. Dust swirls like soft whispers past the church that burned to ground. Each step echoes in the darkness to the waltz's haunting sound. Oh, we danced the lost love waltz by the light of a fire long dead, in the heart of cursed lands where even angels fear to tread. Your shadow lingers still, though your soul's with the wind dispersed. We're just ghosts in love's cruel story in a waltz that's been rehearsed. The train whistle still remembers our laughter young and wild, before revenge like a bitter storm took our dreams my faith defiled. Now I roam through silent deserts, seeking what was torn from grasp, a locket tarnished yet gleaming Yes, we danced the lost love waltz under stars that now seem cursed, reeling through the forgotten graves where old passions are immersed. Yet in every step a knife turns inside a heart that can't forget. This dance, our love's eternal bed, a silhouette of deep regret. On that night with silver bullets under shadows of deceit, you traded our love for survival in a tale bittersweet. Now facing this barren altar where our vows once sweetly lay, I waltz alone with a ghost embrace as the night fades into day. Love waltz where the soil keeps secrets deep, each turn a reminder of the price the soul's heavy toll to keep. In the whispers of the wind I found my peace, my final plea. Let this dance be my release from a love not meant to be. So I'll waltz this path unto the end beneath the endless starry arch, in the vast silent desert sands where lost loves march. Each step a story, each note a scar under the eternal watchful skies, in the lost love waltz until my weary heart lies.
Shadow of the mesa where the sun forgets to rise, Dead Man's Valley sleeps beneath a cloak of starless skies. Whiskey bottles and forgotten graves lined up like silent guards. Echoes of the pistols crack the dealing of the cards.
Oh, valley, hear my mournful cry across your barren lands, where ghostly whispers fill the air like prayers from trembling hands. I came for gold, for glory, found under your cursed moon, left my heart and broke my bones in the dust of your monsoon.
A lover's vow so sweetly sworn beneath the old church bell turned to ash when she betrayed with the outlaw I knew well. Through burning churches, storm and dust, my revenge did bide its time.
Train whistles moan a lonesome tune to my sins and her crime. Oh, valley, hear my vengeful creed through your silent storms, where shadows play in twisted shapes and dark history forms. Once a haven, now a grave for the love I chose to spurn. In your desolate embrace I discern what men must learn.
By the creek I faced him down, the devil's wind did howl. 2 shots fired in the gloom, a third carried by the owl. His shadow fell, my love did flee, nowhere left to roam.
Dead Man's Valley, take my soul, make this ghost your home. Oh, valley, I'm your prodigal, beneath your cursed sky I've laid to rest my vengeful ghost, and yet I cannot die. In your silent sacred sands with my tales of pain, Dead Man's Valley holds me fast in its lonesome spectral chain.
wind moans through the ghostly plains. Whiskey bottles lay bearing forgotten names. Underneath that old gallows tree, a secret's kept in shade. Whispers about a cursed land where the devil's debts are paid. A dust storm soul stirs the sands of sin, where the sun burns scorn as the tales begin. Train whistles cry like a siren's eerie wail, guiding lost souls on this damned and dusty trail. In the devil's silent grave, where the shadows go to weep, lies a tale of a man with promises the devil didn't keep. Burning churches lit the night with flames that kiss the sky. Echoes of the fallen ones who never meant it to die. He rode from the east with revenge in his eyes, past the forgotten graves where the lone coyote cries. Love lost to a bullet by a traitor's cold hand. In the depths of the silent desert, he made his final stand. The town was empty, a ghost of the past, a testament to memories that weren't meant to last. Her locket in his pocket and her vision in his gaze. He drank from a bottle marked with yesterdays. In the devil's silent grave, where the lost spirits roam, stands a man seeking vengeance in the place he once called home. The night air carries sorrow of love and bullets spent, as he searches for the traitor on a path of lament. At the crossroads, he faced the fiend, in the dust where truth and lies intervene. Your soul or your enemy, the devil's voice did croon, underneath the haunting glow of the bloodshot moon. In the devil's silent grave, the gunslinger found his peace, with a bullet for his betrayer and a heart that's now ceased. The desert holds their secrets and the tales of the night, in the land where justice sleeps with the wrong set right. Out where the wind moans its final plea, the devil's silent grave keeps its company.
There's a shadow that hangs over the old Dawson's farm, where the timber creaks with whispers of harm. The sky paints crimson over fields that mourn, burning barn on the horizon, where our sins were born. Oh, the smoke, it climbs like ghosts in the breeze, rising higher with my old memories. Each flame is a secret, each ash is a token of a love burned down, and words left unspoken. glow of the moon, I found her silver locket beside empty bottles where the dust storms rocket. Her laughter echoes from the church's burnt shell in a ghost town of heartache where we once fell. Burning barn and smoke, hiding yesterday's sin. Whiskey whispers about the trouble I'm in. The fire's in my soul, mixing pain with the potion, with each ember a tear and each cinder an ocean. Underneath the train's lonesome whistle, there lays an untold feud. In the cursed lands by the forgotten graves, I face my solitude. Now the truth's as clear as the crackling wood that in the night still burns. She was the spark and I the tinder. When will a man ever learn? So here's to the burning barn and smoke, to the past that I revoke. Here's to the dark, dusty trails and the vows that we broke. I'll ride through this silent desert till my wrongs are made right, or till I'm just another shadow melting into the night. Under the blood-red sun, where the dry winds moan, stands a shadow of a man across the lawn. Whiskey bottles lay by a weathered stone. Ghost town whispers, in them his sins atone. It echoes from the outlaw heart, riding through cursed lands, torn her apart. The silence holds what words cannot start, the haunting trail of a forsaken heart. Once loved a girl as fierce as desert storms, her eyes like the stars, and cold nights they'd warm. But love turned to dust, left in betrayal's form. He rides seeking vengeance through hell's reform. Echoes from the outlaw heart, burning churches, lives torn apart. Each train whistle a bitter remark on the lonely tracks of a damned heart. In the mirror of the night, a shadow confronts ghosts of the past, of the hurt he once shunned. The gun's cold truth in his hand, weighed like a ton in the echo of the shot. What's lost is never won. outlaw heart in silent deserts under stars that chart forgotten graves of his soul apart. In the whispers of the wind he departs. Every chord a memory, every note a scar, echoes from the outlaw heart, echoing afar.
In a town where the church bells no longer toll, whiskey bottles lay beside each forsaken soul. Dust swirls where the rose once grew, under skies no longer clear nor blue. Train whistle splits the cursored air. Echoes bound for nowhere from nowhere. Gone with the ashes, faded so fast. Memories of the future, ghosts of the past. In the silence of the desert where the lost love scream, I wandered through the remnants of a forsaken dream. Here stood a church, now charred and burned, a testament to the lessons we never learned. She whispered of love as sweet as spring's first rain, but her heart hid secrets, bound in chains of pain. By the forgotten graves we made our solemn vows, but her betrayal left nothing but shadows and hollows. Gone with the ashes, lost in the blaze, the fire in her eyes now just smoky haze. In the whiskey's burn, where the heartache teems, I drown in the currents of broken dreams. On that night with the moon as my witness, I faced the truths as cold as the desert's kiss. A revolver's echo, a cry in the dark, what's left of justice in a world so stark. Ashes, I ride alone through silent deserts where the winds moan. With each step forward, my past I redeem. In the land of the lost, I reclaim my dream. Gone with the ashes under starlit beams. In the haunted quiet, I sow my seams.
ghost town, swallowed by the sand. The steeple bells no longer ring for the damned. Whiskey bottles lay broken, a story untold neath the cursed skies. Black and cold, ashes of memories laced from her gown haunt the alleys of this forsaken town. Oh, the curse of ashes and lace, where love's a ghost lost without trace. Under the moon's mournful embrace, we dance with doom in this desolate place. Once a lover, now an outlaw's face, betrayed by a kiss in this cursed space. A train whistle cries over lands that God left, echoes of footsteps, theft after theft. A burning church, its embers still weep for souls buried shallow and secrets they keep. Oh, the curse of ashes and lace, bound by sorrow, bound by disgrace. In the shadow of sin, we lost the race, left to wander this ghostly base. In the dust storm's rage, I see her eyes, flickering like stars in stormy skies. With every gust, her whispers pierce the night. Revenge your love, son, what's your fight? The gun in my hand, cold as her grave. Silent decisions of the brash and the brave. So here's to the curse of ashes and lace, to the love that died but can't be erased. In this silent desert, I make my stand, a haunted outlaw in a cursed land. Oh, the curse of ashes and lace, in every shadow I see her face. Under the moon's eternal chase, I am the ghost that time can't replace.
Out where the desert wind cuts cold through silence, the ghost town moans with tales of the forsaken. Dust devils dance where hope turned into violence under skies of dust, forever unawakened. Whiskey bottles lay beside the burned out chapel, echoes of a train no longer there to grapple. Desert wind and smoke carry my confessions, whispers veiled in sand, my sins and my transgressions. Through cursed land I roam, armed by iron chain. Desert wind and smoke won't see her face again. In the shadow of forgotten gravestones, weathered lies a tale of love betrayed an honor soul. promise forever our lives to be tethered, but silver and gold turn warm hearts deathly cold. By the light of a church set ablaze in fury, I watch my dreams turn into judge and jury. Desert wind and smoke hide my darkest plea, carried off in storms what's left of you and me. Lost beneath the stars, tales of love in vain. Desert wind and smoke whisper in her name. On this cursed ground stand eye to eye with fate, haunted by the sound of love that turned to hate. A specter in the wind calls out beneath the moon's glow. In the heart of the night I face what I now know. Desert wind and smoke guide my weary soul through lands where heartache's spoken and stories told. With each step I claim my final lonesome stage. Desert wind and smoke release me from my cage. Out where the wild sagebrush blows, underneath that crimson sky spogoting glow, there's a path tread bare by boots and crows, whiskey bottle buried where the cold wind moans. The echoes of train whistle, ghostly and low, mark the miles of the damned and those they chose. Blood on the lonely road, shadows stretch and bend, whispers of the vengeful, the beginning starts at the end. Every step I take, each mile I roam, is a tale of dust and bones on this cursed trail alone. Once new love, sweet as desert rain, her laughter now just whispers cross this haunted plain. A church once stood holy and bright, now just charred ruins under the moon's pale light. Promises made, sworn in the heat of the night, betrayed by the dawn, left to reckon with spite. Silence holds rain, ghosts of the past, and every footprint remain. With each faded cross, under skies overthrown, I walk this cursed path forever alone. Bloodshot eyes meet a ghost. The man I once was, now just a whisper smoke in this land of forgotten graves and unspoken fears. I face the sins of my past through the trails of tears. This tale's mine to own. In the dust of revenge, my fate's etched in stone. Forsaken love, in the silence I tone. Forever wandering on this lonely road alone.
mournful melody as the song closes. The image of the lone traveler disappearing into the vast, haunted expanse of the desert, his story echoing in the wind.
Out where the train whistles mourn through cracked skies, a ghost town whispers beneath the old moon's rise. Dust devils dance where the church used to stand. The devil's breath stirs up the sins of the land. Whiskey bottles lie buried in sand, forgotten graves. Each step echoes a story, each shadow enslaves. The devil's desert wind, it howls with a scornful sound, carrying voices of those who ain't never been found. It's a cursed lullaby, on a vengeful flame it spins. Lost love and betrayal right on the devil's desert winds. I met her eyes like a mirage, soothing but deceitful deep. In her kiss, the taste of dust, in her promises, secrets to keep. Underneath the starlit dread, where silence bathes the night, she swore forever by my side, before vanishing in the light. Now every shadow flickers with the dance of her deceit, every gust a whisper from the love I won't repeat. The devil's desert wind, it cries with a lonely sound, echoing the heartbreak where my dreams were drowned. It's a bitter serenade, through dead towns it spins, revenge and redemption right on the devil's desert winds. In the heart of the night, where the cold truth lies, I face the mirror of my soul in the endless desert skies. The wind called out, its voice was old and cruel, told me the devil's just a man who never could play the fool. The devil's desert wind, it sings with a ghostly sound, each note a tale of what's lost, what's forever bound. It's an outlaw's refrain, over sands of sin it spins, solace and solitude right on the devil's desert winds. Yes, redemption and ruin right on the devil's desert winds.
Out where the winds cry the mournful tune, lies the ghost of a town neath the cursed moon. Whiskey bottles litter a forgotten street, echoes of footsteps, a heart skips a beat. Dust storms whisper secrets in shades of gray, lone train whistle moans far, far away. In that silence hangs a tale so bleak, of a love lost in vengeance that the shadows speak. Oh, buried in the hollow sky, where dreams go to wither and die. Underneath the starless cloak lies the truth that the darkness broke. He rode in with sunset in his eyes, haunted by the love that he'd come to despise. In her eyes a tempest, a storm unfurled, a betrayal hidden that shattered their world. A church once holy, now consumed by flame. He cursed her memory, whispered her name. Through the ashes he sought the path to ride, a way to end this eternal night. Oh, buried in the hollow sky, where hopes are hung out to dry, beneath the moon's ghostly cloak, rests a love that the fire awoke. In the quiet of the night, he faced the truth. The land cursed from the folly of their youth. With a gun by his side and a tear unseen, he walks the line between what could and should have been. Now buried in the hollow sky, where old ghosts lay down to die, underneath the watchful eyes of the night, he finds peace in the fading light. So let the desert swallow the tales untold of the lover's heart that became too cold in the hollow sky. They whispered goodbye, buried deep where the lonely souls lie.
Out where the horizon bleeds into the night, the wind whispers secrets in a ghost town tight. Whiskey bottles clink in the grip of the forgotten dust. Storms dance with the memories of the rotten, under moon's pale watch and a coyote's remote joke. Lies a silent grave wrapped deep in veils of smoke. Here stands a man with vengeance cold in his stare, echoes of a church bell dying in the arid air. This cursed land holds tales of a love that broke. Silent grave, silent grave and smoke. Whistle moans through haunted plains, over tracks soaked with old dark stains. He loved her wild, her betrayal cut deep, left him a shadow where lost spirits weep. Burned their church where they once vowed, now he walks a path by revenge avowed. Here stands a man with vengeance cold in his stare, echoes of a church bell dying in the arid air. This cursed land holds tales of a love that broke. Silent grave, silent grave and smoke, by the light of a fire where his anger spoke. He sees her face in the curling smoke. Forgiveness a burden he couldn't afford. His heart attuned, each beat a discord. Here lies a man with sorrows old and gray, under stars that whisper
to the bridge. A life spent chasing what the dark winds woke. Silent grave, silent love, eternal smoke.
Out where the dust storms cover up the sun, I walk alone, my shadow weighs a ton. Whiskey bottle empty lies cracked upon the ground. Each step whispers stories in this ghost town I found. Buried in the dusty boots beneath the cursor lamp, fate's written in the sand with a gun in my trembling hand. Echoes of a train whistle calling out to lost souls in silent deserts where the wind forever moans. Found an old church, its bell silent and burned. Memories of love lost and the bitter lessons learned. She was a wildfire, her touch both warm and cold. Now just a whispered betrayal in stories left untold. Buried in the dusty boots underneath the starlit expanse, revenge stirs the night, gives the shadows a chance. Hear a train whistle fading like the pulse of a ghost heart. In these silent deserts, even death can't part. Face to face with my reflection in a shard of glass, haunted by what I've become, shadows of the past. Whispers turn to shouts in the vortex of my mind. A showdown looming, not leaving this curse behind. Buried in the dusty boots where my grave quietly waits. Acceptance in the silence as the cold night abates. Trains cry like a lullaby in the vastness of the night. In the heart of the desert, I embrace the fading light. In the shadow of a ghost town where the wind moans through the cracks, dust
dusty bottles line the bar, a haunt of broken packs. Old lanterns flicker dimly, casting shadows, drawing sins. Here sits a man with empty eyes where my dark tale begins. Oh, the whiskey tastes like fire, with whispers of the damned. Each sip a story of lost love and lives like desert sand. The devil's brew, it calls you to drown in your regrets. A bottle full of ghostly cries and smoky silhouette. He once loved a maiden fair with hair like golden wheat, but betrayal's knife came silently, left nothing but deceit. In the heat of silent deserts under scorched and starless skies, he lost his heart, his soul, his love amid the coyote cries. Oh, the whiskey burns like vengeance in a throat worn raw with grief. Each gulp a chapter of the past, each pause a brief relief. The devil's drink, a bitter balm for hearts that can't forget. A tumbler full of burning churches and sunsets bleeding red. Across the bar, a mirror cracked reflects his hollow face. A reckoning in broken glass, the past he can't erase. With each reflection, truth reveals beneath the whiskey's curse. The man who stares back through the shards wrought better and for worse. So here's to the devil's whiskey, to the pain that it consoles, to dusty graves and train whistles, to lost and wayward souls. Drink up, my friends, let's toast to fate, to nights that never end, where spirits walk in silence and broken hearts might mend.
Out where the dust whirls the tales of the past, under the shadow of sins that will last. Whiskey bottles lay empty, souls hollow inside, in the town where the church fire and dark's secrets reside. Echoes of train whistles, mournful and low, call through the night to the ghost that I know. Blood on the church fire, flames licking sky, angels and demons in the smoke flying high. Revenge sings a ballad old as the stones, buried neath crosses and unmarked bones. She was an angel, may the devil repent. The love turned to ash and away she was sent. Betrayal, a cold whisper on a hot desert night, led to a fire that set the heavens alight. Her laughter now haunts every corner of my dreams. In the silent desert, nothing's just as it seems. Blood on the church fire, embers of fate, where the heart meets the shadow at the old pearly gate. Songs of the fallen, hymns of the damned, echo through the wasteland, vast and unplanned.
redemption too late. I carry this story, I carry this weight. Fate's written clear in the night sky's expanse. In the ashes I found my lost last chance. So here I stand where the old church burned down, whispering secrets to the lost and the found. With blood on my hands and fire in my soul, in the heart of the desert I've paid my toll.
Out where the wind whispers secrets untold, in a land cursed by the sun's vengeful hold, lies a ghost town, shadows cling to decay. Each wooden plank a story, faded and gray. Forgotten graves hum the old sinner's mass, while the devil's ashes stain the broken glass. Underneath the blood-red sky, whiskey bottles lay bone dry. Hear the lonesome train whistle cry in the devil's ashes. Good men die. Once a love bloom, wild, fierce, and free, under that old scorched Joshua tree. Betrayal's sharp knife, a silent vow broken, left nothing but vengeance, best served cold and unspoken. Her laughter haunts every deserted street. In the swirl of dust storms our past I meet. Underneath the blood-red sky, whiskey bottles lay bone dry. Hear the lonesome train whistle cry in the devil's ashes. Good men die where burning churches once stood tall. Now only ghostly confessions call. There by the old well I confronted my fears, the echoes of bullets lost in the years. She stood there waiting, pale as the moon's glow, her eyes telling stories no one else could know. Underneath the blood-red sky, whiskey bottles now testify. The lonesome train has had its say. In the devil's ashes I'll stay. This land of curses my final bed, where spirits whisper among the dead.
In the shadow of the Joshua tree, where the devil cast his stone, lies a town too cursed to name, where the winds forever moan. Whiskey bottles line the streets, like the soldiers falling cold. And every step on dusty earth is a story left untold. Oh, the gunpowder serenade plays a tune of lead and flame. Bitter echoes fill the night, whispering a forsaken name.
and gunpowder serenade. Once a lover called my name in a time when trust was sworn. Now her ghost in moonlit lace through the weeping cactus torn. Betrayed by blood, by love, by gold. Beneath the noose the deal was made. A burning church, the cold farewell sealed by gunpowder serenade. Oh, the gunpowder serenade sings a love that can't return. Fires dancing, empty eyes, where the soul's too scorched to burn. Through the dust of forgotten graves, where our sins at rest are laid. We're cursed to walk these lands alone with the gunpowder serenade. At the edge where darkness meets the dawn, the train whistles mournful sounds. Face to face with my own shadow on these cursed unholy grounds. The gun clicks in the silent night like the debts of sin repaid. One last dance in the devil's hold to the tune of gunpowder play. So let the gunpowder serenade close my eyes to the bleeding sun. May revenge or sweet release come from the barrel of my gun. In the whispers of the desert storm and the choices that I've made, I'll find my peace or damnation in the gunpowder serenade.
And in the shadows where the whiskey rivers flow under moonlight scorn, the church bells toll no more. Lonely road stitched with forgotten names, through the dust storms roll, carrying my blames. Midnight in the church fire, glowing red as rage. Silent prayers turn whispers in this cursed stage. Ashes fall like snowflakes on this barren land. All that's left is guns still burning in my hand. There's a ghost town waiting where our love once bloomed. That old wooden cross, now scorched and consumed. Neath the sky that mourns with stars that weep, lies the secret that the old church keeps. Midnight in the church fire, embers tell no lies, haunted by the specters of old sorrowful goodbyes. Echoes of the choir, trapped in flames embrace, a prayer for my darling, lost without a trace. By the altar I stand, with shadows at my side, face the man who swore she'd be his bride. Two shots rang clear through the cold night air, one for my heart, the other in despair. church fire where my vengeance bled, laid him down beside his lies in a forgotten bed. Now I roam a phantom in the night's cold snare, a soul untethered riding winds of despair. Each verse echoes the haunting sway of desert winds, carrying tales of old sins, whispered by spirits still wandering the forsaken path.
Gone with the desert wind,
Out where the horizon bleeds into the sand, whiskey bottle lay forsaken in my trembling hand. Dust storms dance on forgotten graves, in a ghost town silence, no soul to save. Gone with the desert wind, my love and my sin. Beneath the crescent moon, shadows move again. Lost in the whispers of the prowling sands, I'm a ghost among these lands. Gone with the desert wind. The train whistles mourn just like the coyote cries, haunting echoes neath the blood-orange skies. She vanished at the altar, not a trace to find, left with burning churches in the corners of my mind. Gone with the desert wind, my hope and my kin. Echoes of the past, where do I begin? Chasing shadows under the devil's hands, I'm just dust among these lands. Gone with the desert wind. In the heart of night, by the cold moonlight, I face the man who stole a smile so bright. Gunfire cracked like a cursed prayer. Revenge or justice, did I even care? Gone with the desert wind, my peace and my wrath. Down this lonesome path, I made my own path. In the silence of the desert, I've paid my dues. A restless soul with nothing more to lose. I'm just a whisper, a tale that ends. Gone, forever gone, with the desert wind.